Welcome back, survivors. Ready to one more horror story? Turn off the lights and close your eyes. Let me take you to the darkness, where I live. The cold concrete floor sends shivers through me as I huddle in the darkness of the basement. The only company I have is the haunting echoes and whispers that reverberate through the damp, suffocating air. My eyes scan the shadows, searching for something I can't quite see, but I can feel it, a malevolence that clings to this forsaken place like a curse. I don't remember how I ended up here. The memories of my past life have faded into a murky abyss, lost in the transition between the living and the dead. All I know is that I am trapped, a spectral prisoner of this basement, and the ominous presence that dwells within it. The dim light of a single flickering bulb casts distorted shapes on the decaying walls. Cobwebs hang like spectral tapestries, weaving a tale of neglect and abandonment. The air is thick with a pungent scent, a mix of dampness, decay, and the lingering residue of fear that has saturated these cold, desolate confines for longer than I can fathom. As I sit here, the echoes of distant footsteps resonate through the floor, a rhythmic cadence that signals the presence of the living above. Their laughter and mundane conversations filter down like an ethereal symphony, a stark contrast to the oppressive silence that wraps around me like a burial shroud. I can't help but envy them, the living souls who tread upon the floorboards above me, blissfully unaware of the malevolent force that shares this space. I've tried to communicate, to reach out and warn them, but my ethereal whispers go unnoticed, lost amidst the creaks and groans of the old house. The whispers intensify, growing into unintelligible murmurs that seem to seep from the very walls themselves. It's as if the basement is a living entity, a sentient being that cradles the secrets of the damned within its cold, stony embrace. The whispers tell tales of a darkness that predates my own existence, a primordial force that has claimed this place as its own. In the depths of the basement, I've discovered an old, dust-covered mirror. Its glass is cracked, and its ornate frame is tarnished with age. When I gaze into it, a distorted reflection stares back at me, a ghastly visage twisted by the torment of the afterlife. My eyes, hollow and haunted, betray the fear that courses through my spectral veins. Tonight, as I write these words, the whispers seem to take on a form of their own. They coil around me like ethereal tendrils, wrapping me in a suffocating embrace. The temperature drops, and I can see my breath materialize in the air, a spectral fog that mirrors the chill that grips my soul. Suddenly, the flickering bulb overhead sputters and dies, plunging the basement into complete darkness. The silence is deafening, broken only by the erratic thud of my own heartbeat. Panic sets in as I strain my otherworldly senses to discern the unseen. The whispers crescendo into a cacophony of disembodied voices, each one vying for attention in the abyss. Then, a presence materializes in the darkness, a shadowy figure with eyes that burn like dying embers. It moves with a fluidity that defies the laws of the living, gliding toward me with a malevolent intent that sends chills down my incorporeal spine. I try to retreat, but the basement walls seem to constrict around me, holding me in place. The whispers become taunts, mocking my spectral vulnerability. The shadow draws closer, and the temperature drops further, freezing the very essence of my being. I can feel its gaze upon me, penetrating the darkness with an otherworldly intensity. The figure takes shape, revealing a twisted visage that bears no resemblance to anything human. It's a manifestation of the ancient darkness that lurks within the basement's depths, a force that hungers for the fear that permeates the air. In the grip of this malevolent entity, I am paralyzed, unable to escape the impending horror. The whispers reach a crescendo, forming words that echo in the cavernous space, a chant, a lament, a dirge for the forgotten souls trapped in the clutches of this supernatural abyss. As the figure looms over me, I am consumed by a surge of terror that transcends the boundaries of my spectral form. The darkness envelops me, and the basement becomes a swirling maelstrom of shadows and echoes. In that moment, I am one with the malevolence that dwells within, a captive soul condemned to eternally writhe in the horrors of the basement's haunted embrace.